And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. The show has an NL East matchup. It's the New York Mets taking on the Miami Marlins. With my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. And we've got a major league debut on the mound in this one, Chris. And always interesting to see how that goes. But I'm sure there's a mix of excitement and nerves running through him right now.
Absolutely. Playing your first game in the show, it's just a little different for everyone. But no one walks in unfazed by the moment. I don't care what they say to anybody. And that's especially true as a starting pitcher that's expected to go out there and give your team a quality outing. All eyes will be on him out there on the bump. Should be fun to watch and see how it plays out.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. So just about set now, and on the hill here today, Jesus Luzardo. What do you have on him, Chris?
Yeah, very respectable numbers last year, a sub 350 ERA, and you know, guys like that, you may think, well, they're elite pitchers that are pitching sub twos, they're dominating, but when you can have that kind of consistency, you know you have a chance to win the ball game every time he takes the mound. So, you know, good season last year, opportunity for him to go out there and repeat it this year, possibly even improve. But I tell you what, if this guy's pitching for me and I'm playing in the outfield, I'm loving every minute of it.
Next offering is in for a strike.
1-1.
Swing and a miss as he was late.
Good late sink on that fastball. Out of the hand, looks so good. And then by the time it gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
Bounce to the left side. Birdie fires over to first. One up, one down.
Batting second, the right fielder, number 6, Starling.
Here's Starling Marte. 2 for 9 so far in the series. The MO for him is contact. A guy who's going to deliver average, not a ton of power. He's looking to hit a line drive somewhere.
Well, that's why it's a team. And when you look at a lineup, he's a great 2-hole hitter or a guy that you could put at the bottom to help turn that lineup over to have some momentum for your top hitters coming up to the plate.
Pitch misses, and now 2-0. Nice warm day here. Good baseball weather. Does that change anything, Chris, especially for the hitters?
Absolutely. You feel so much more comfortable at the plate. You're not worried about, you know, getting jammed on fastballs inside part of the plate. You can kind of be more selective instead of just looking out away so that you can get the barrel to it. And that part, you can get on the inside part of the plate as well.
Goes down looking. Two outs, base is empty. Here's Francisco Lindor. And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1.
And Boog, hitters can be a little less aggressive on hard stuff early in the season just because of how cold it is and not wanting to get a stinger. Now, you think, oh, it's just a jam shot, it's a broken bat, but sometimes guys get deep thumb bruises that can linger for a while. So, you know, you just want to avoid that if you can, but at the end of an at-bat, you're just trying to battle no matter what. Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Just a simple ground ball the other way that had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole. And now, let's see if they force some action with good wheels on the bases.
And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso. That one missing inside. How much did your dress change when it would get cold or when it would be cold early or late in the season?
Well, early in the season, Boog, I'm taking a top coat, you know, on the road and trying to look cool.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about...
No, I'm talking about your uniform. When you played back, you know, way back in the day.
Oh, all right. I thought you want to know about my travel gear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you go with some long sleeves early on, and sometimes it can be a little uncomfortable, a little cumbersome, but you get used to it. But it's great when you can come out there and let the guns just hang out.
On the ground. Sneaks through, base hit. So that's 2 straight 2-out hits.
That is fifth, the second baseman.
Jeff McNeil stands in. One of the stars in the win yesterday as he had 3 hits. Bounce to the right side. The flip to the pitcher covering. Third out, and that ends the frame. It's the Mets 0, Marlins coming up. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. here at Lone Depot Park. Getting the nod on the mound, Kodai Senga. What do you have on him?
There's always a bit of a learning curve for rookie pitchers. You've got to get familiar with these big league hitters, and it's more of a chess match. But I think this kid's got good stuff and the potential to be great.
John Birdie at the plate.
Leading up for the Marlins, the shortstop, John Birdie.
And a pitch. He swings and fouls one off. Here's the 0-1. And ball one. Making his debut here in April. Chris, I think we have to assume that means they see him as an important piece for their pitching staff this year.
I think so. I mean, they wouldn't have him here if they didn't feel he was ready to pitch at this level. And this is a great chance for him to prove himself.
And he deals. Fouls it off. Still 1-2. And the right-hander deals. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
You see how the catcher wanted that pitch up and in. Wanted to try to tie him up. That's the one thing we're seeing. That high fastball, you have to get it up there because of how hitters have changed their swings.
Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Kicks and deals. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. And that's the first strikeout of his major league career.
And it could be the first of many if he meets the goals he set for himself and the expectations others have for him. He doesn't want to just win games. He wants to dominate at this level.
Do you think young pitchers could sometimes get too caught up in trying to rack up Ks early in their career?
Boog, I think they can. It's kind of like a hitter that doesn't have power. The thrill is still hitting a ball over the fence. And so for a guy, even if he doesn't have power stuff or strikeout stuff, a strikeout is still something that makes him stick his chest out a little bit further.
And it's quickly 0-2 on the designated hitter. The pitch. Fights it off. He'll see another. And now 1-2. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Back-to-back strikeouts.
Well, anytime you can punch out the top two guys in a lineup to start an inning, got to be feeling pretty good out there on the mound, because when you think of just having a distraction, table setters on the base paths, and all of a sudden you're dealing with the number 3 hitter, any distraction can cause you to serve up a cookie, and instead of it being a solo shot, it's a 2 or 3 run homer.
Out towards left center. Pham on the move. Nice grab on the run. And that ends the inning. And 1-2-3 go the Marlins. We played an inning, no score. Top of the second, and stepping in for New York, Eduardo Escobar.
Eduardo Escobar.
Luzardo back to work.
Ball one.
And takes low for ball one.
Counts 1-0.
And that misses off the outside edge.
Boog, our man Daryl Parker, DP, at home plate for this one. Pretty average size strike zone, but the book on him is that it sort of moves around. You can't always count on how he's going to call it from game to game.
Off the mark there, and it's 3-0. Yeah, he's one of those umpires that I have to see make his call on a borderline pitch before I start making my call. Like you said, it's not always predictable, but it's pretty fair for the most part.
That could be a tone setter for the inning. 4 straight pitches and the leadoff batter's on base. We'll see if the next guy waits until there's a called strike before he takes the bat off his shoulder.
Here's Tommy Pham. Pitch misses inside. Ball one. No score here in the second. A bit behind with that swing. It's strike one.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, try to stay out of a double play here.
That's down and in. Got him swinging, and 1 out now.
Well, I'm not sure what he was waiting on right there. He got the changeup and still late on it. You rarely see that. It almost makes you think that he was trying to set the pitcher up. I mean, if you can't catch up to the off-speed stuff, there's no way you're going to touch a fastball.
Here's Mark Canha, 2 for 8 in the series so far. And first offering is fouled off. Escobar at first, 1 gone. Rolled to short, possible 2 ball. On to second, they get 1. On to Cooper, and it's a double play. So they make short work of him there. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. We're tied, 0-0. Back here in Miami, bottom half of inning number 2. Jazz Chisholm Jr. now. And here it comes. Some nuggets on Jazz Chisholm. He's from the Bahamas, and he was born in 1998. Signed with the Diamondbacks in 2015. Before he can make his major league debut, though, Arizona traded Jazz to Miami for Zach Gallen. He made his debut the following season, and then in 2022, he became an all-star. Hard ground ball, base knock. Here's the left fielder, Brian De La Cruz. Senga throws over, and he's back safely. First pitch, and that's in for a strike. Runner at first with no outs here. Runner on the go. Pitch misses inside. Throw, save! That was close, but StatCast shows us why he so often seems to be on the safe side of these steal attempts, Chris.
Yeah, you see that plus speed, and he needed every last bit of it to swipe that bag. Such a threat on the bases.
At the belt and fires. And a count 1-2. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Nasty fork ball for strike 3.
Batting 6.
And now it's Garrett Cooper up to hit. 1 for 4 with a double in the ball game last night. And that's in there for strike 1. Runner at second here, 1 gone. Pitch is in for a strike, and it's 0-2.
0-2 is the count.
Righty delivers.
Ball.
And there's a ball.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Righty to the plate. Squirts away a little bit, and an excellent job keeping it right there. And that's off the inside edge. Counts full, 3-2. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. And there's 2 away.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
Here's Joey Wendell. 2 for 7 in the series so far. Line drive, base hit. Jazz on his horse coming around third. He scores and they have the lead. 1-0. Pulls into second. That's an RBI double.
Man, he just absolutely turned on that one. Ripped it down the line. Nice job of staying in his mechanics.
Now the catcher up to hit. Nick Fortes. Hitless in the series so far. He's 0 for 7. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. Wendell rounds third, headed for the plate. He will score, and they take a 2-run lead.
Picks himself up at RBI. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
Two outs, runner at first. Avisail Garcia, the next up for the Marlins. That one's in there, 0-1.
0-1.
Good eye in that spot. Fortes off of first with 2 away. Next offering misses. 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
And Garcia gets a piece. Next pitch misses, and the count's full.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
Next offering is fouled back. The 3-2 is off the outside edge, and that is ball 4.
Well, interesting. He went with the off speed and walked the hitter. Man, you got to challenge the guy with the fastball.
Now here is John Birdie. His first at bat was a strikeout. And that is in for a strike. And it's 0-1. In the air, center field. Nimmo has it sized up. He's there. He's got it. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. But 2 runs for him, and they jump ahead. We played 2 full. It's the Marlins 2 and the Mets nothing. New inning getting started. Here's the catcher for the Mets, Francisco Alvarez.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. You just hope that he can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot.
Snags it on the run, and there's 1 down. Here's Brandon Nimmo. Grounded out his first time up. Nimmo goes 6 feet 3 inches, hitting leadoff in today's game. And he's one of the few players in Major League Baseball born in the state of Wyoming. Pitch misses inside, and that's ball 1. And that's a little high. The 2-0 is in for a strike.
In today's game, not that many fastball counts, but hitters still in the back of their minds, they're looking for one. 2-0 changeup call right there. Excellent pitch selection to go with.
And another ball.
1 strike.
And he walked him.
Well, that's a really good take right there, and that's just mentally prepared, knowing that if it's not on a tee, you're going to take that pitch because you still have one more strike to work with. Not easy to lay off, but he did an excellent job in that plate appearance.
Marte, a former Gold Glove winner, a member of the 1,000 hit club, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. Swing and a base hit.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
One down. Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate.
Really good piece of hitting last time, going to the opposite field.
There's a strike. One out. Runners at first and second. Comes up empty on the swing. 0-2 now.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
That one just misses.
It's a good take.
The pitch. And now 2-2. Nimmo on second. Marte at first. One gone. Hammered, and this one could be extra bases. Headed for the plate. One runs in around third. He'll score, and the Mets even it up. It's 2-2. Well, Singy, he is locked in there.
Well, he's really slowed the game down, and it's like he's moving in full speed, and everybody is a step or two behind. The way that he squared up that baseball tells me that he is seeing it like a beach ball.
One out, runner at second. Pete Alonso digs in now, and he's already singled in this game. Next pitch is popped up. Wendell hauls it in for the out. 2 away now.
Well, that was a pitch you got to crush. Unbelievable that he missed it right there. And I'm telling you, he is going to be frustrated with himself until his next at bat.
And now here's Jeff McNeil. Singy, he's got a history of coming through in the big spots. I know I like to talk about, I'm not sure whether clutch actually exists, but you look at the numbers, and this guy always seems to deliver in those spots. Up the middle on the run, sends it over to first. Not in time. He's safe.
Did a nice job getting there. Good throw, but very difficult to get anybody on that one as far as you had to go and throw. You know?
Yeah, no question. So 2 on with 2 away. Eduardo Escobar, El Caballo up to hit. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Runners on first and third, 2 away. And now 2-0.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Two and 0 to count. Here it comes. And there's a foul ball. And a pitch. And a foul ball. Tied up here in the early going.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
Next one misses. 3-2 now. Tommy Pham, the kind of bat that can make a big impact if they can keep it going here. Here comes a pitch. Out to short. That ends the frame. But they'll pick up a couple runs here, both coming on this 2-run double. And we're deadlocked now at 2 apiece. This is Mets Baseball on the Show NYC. And welcome back. Gene Segura at the plate here.
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
And the pitch. Segura, 33 years old. He's usually a third baseman, but today he's the designated hitter. The pitch. Swing and a tapper that rolls foul. The pitch. Ball one there. Battling here as he fouls it away. Here's a 1-2. Swing and a miss, and he got him. And there's one down.
Came inside with that 2-strike fastball nicely and just bunched him up on the inside part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And you know, a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with 2 strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up against the ropes, got to figure out a way to put him away. Did a nice job right there.
Luis Ariz stands in. Nimmo racing over to make the catch.
The center fielder, number 2,
Jazz Chisholm Jr., the next to hit. Singled and scored his first time. Singy, you got to appreciate a guy who's this good defensively. I mean, watching him track balls in the outfield, it is beautiful. There's a swing and a miss.
And I would say that most great defensive outfielders, it's kind of natural. There is some work that you can do to it to improve your game, but ultimately you either have it or you don't.
0-2 now. On the ground, right side. On to first. Third out. And the Marlins down quietly. And this game is still tied at 2-2. Back here at the ballpark. Start of the 4th. Now the left fielder, Tommy Pham. Luzardo back to work. Way high.
Well, these Mets doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at bats out of them. They're doing a good
swing, and this one's blasted. It's got a chance. Reaching for it and brings it in. Chris, he had a long way to go for that catch, and it looked like he got a great jump on it as well.
He did, Boog, and StatCast tells us this guy had to run nearly 120 feet on his way to making that catch and just really showed off his closing speed on that play.
Now it's the DH, Mark Canha. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. The next offering misses. 2 balls, no strikes. And that one is inside.
Well, I would expect in this 3-0 count, you're taking all the way. See if he'll walk you.
In for a strike, now 3-1.
Clearly taking all the way there in that 3-0 count. It was a cookie right down the middle.
Swings and misses, and we're filled up.
Ooh, Baya. You got to remember to take the donut off the bat, partner.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit.
Now batting, catcher, Francisco.
Go ahead run on base. Francisco Alvarez up now for the Mets. Ball 1, no strikes. And now the lefty, and fouled off. Swing and a miss.
Threw that fastball right by him, slightly elevated. That's a confidence boost for this guy out there on the mound. See if he continues to climb the ladder.
Got him. And there's 2 down.
Oh, it's a pretty nasty curveball right there, and the hitter didn't look comfortable at all. Clearly fooled. Tried to check his swing and went around, but it had been called a 3rd strike anyhow. That's how dirty it was. Nice pitch for the punch out.
Nimmo stands in here, leaves that one off the inside. Next offering upstairs. Canna leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Next pitch misses inside. 3-0. Let's see if he gives him anything to hit here. And that one fouled off. Left-hand hitter waits. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
The high fastball, particularly for young hitters, can be hard to lay off of because you see it so well at eye level, but it's really hard to catch up and get that top hand to work on time.
That's ripped, and this one could be extra bases. Canna rounds second on his way to third. Canna headed for the plate. Relay throw to third. Not in time. He's safe as they jump ahead. A run scores.
Well, here we are, 3rd time through the order, and this is where we see the OPS jump up. Manager might have to go to the bullpen a little bit sooner than he anticipated.
Starling Marte up to hit. Back to right. Garcia under it. And that is the inning. Mets pick up a run on the RBI triple. It's now a 3-2 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. Welcome back. John Chambi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the 4th, Brian De La Cruz. And the right-hander back to work. And that's in for a strike.
You know, these Marlins showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count, and they've been able to...
Chases the fastball up the ladder, struck him out.
Dominating strikeout there on just 3 pitches, and that's what a good power pitcher can do to you. If he's hitting his spots, filling up the strike zone, sometimes he bats over before it really begins.
Garrett Cooper will hit next. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. In there for strike 1. Smoked into left, base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Now batting, the 3rd baseman,
Joey Wendell now at the plate. 1 for 1 with a double and a run scored. Bounce to third. Into the outfield, base hit. Pham whips it back in. Runner holds it second, but they've got something going on here.
First pitch swing in, went up there with a plan to be aggressive. Just found a way to slap that ball down the 3rd baseline. That's really excellent back control, and it kind of goes back to all those drills you see hitters do off the tee where it's placed in different spots. That was just nice.
And here's the catcher, Nick Fortes. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
To the left side, but it is well foul. Oh, and the zone doesn't get the call. And it's 2-1. And the righty deals.
Aye.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. On the ground left side, 6, 4, 3. It's a double play, and that'll do it for the inning.
They made it look easy, but it started with a nice feed to the second baseman from the shortstop. Perfect turn, and they're out of this jam.
Back here at Lone Depot Park, all set for the start of the inning. Now up to hit, Francisco Lindor. The wind of the pitch. Up the middle, and it's through for a hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Now batting, the first baseman,
Here's Pete Alonso. First offering, and it just misses.
Well, these Mets doing a good job of simply getting the bat on the ball in this game, and the numbers back that up. They've done a great job finding holes in the defense. Exactly half of their hits have come off the bat less than 90 miles per hour. So the ball isn't exactly jumping off the lumber, but they're finding a way to make it work.
Next one is off the plate. 2-1. Miami's bullpen with some action. Steven Okert appears to be getting loose. Chagwa, a right-hander, loosening up as well. Lindor gets his lead at first. Nobody out. And now it's 3-2. Kicks and deals. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. And a pitch. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. And he deals. Swing and a line drive, base hit out into center field. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
The batter number 1, second baseman, Jeff.
We all saw his hit hard, but how hard was it, Singy? StatCast is here with the answer.
Yeah, Boog, it says the exit velo was 113 miles per hour, and it looked every bit of it, didn't it? I mean, just an impressive swing of the bat, and clearly he saw it out of the pitcher's hand no problem.
And now Jeff McNeil. And that one is lifted in the air. Chisholm makes the grab, and there's one down. And they tag him out. He is safe.
Definitely a weird play right there, and it changes the outlook of the inning completely. Nice job by the defense to take advantage and get 2 outs out of it. But on the flip side, I have to think they're going to have some discussions and probably some lessons learned about the base running decisions that were made.
So digging in, Eduardo Escobar. That one ripped. Hits the fence. The run comes in to score from second, and they lead by 2.
Absolutely blasted that one into the gap, but just didn't have quite enough to clear the wall out there. Maybe a little more elevation under it, and it carries over, but that's a swing you'll be happy with every time.
Tommy Pham up now for the Mets. First offering misses the mark. Fought off foul. Bounced up the middle. He dives, but he can't make the catch. He doesn't have a throw, and they don't get an out on the play.
Up next to the Mets, the designated hitter.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Jesus Luzardo done for the day, and as he heads off, we'll step aside for a minute. Back with a new pitcher after this break. So the Marlins go with a new arm, Sixto Sanchez.
And this could be a pretty critical point in this game. They're hoping he's the guy to keep them within striking distance.
First and second, 2 down. Mark Canha up now for the Mets. First pitch, and he just misses.
Not the easiest thing when you're talking about a guy that's, perhaps is going to be in the rotation, maybe a long relief guy, to not start an inning, to come into an inning with pressure on it and try to get yourself comfortable.
So 2 balls and no strikes. Good eye right there. So definitely a little wild right out of the gate.
Well, it can be a little tough coming from the bullpen mound to this mound, but you've got to find a way to get ahead in the count quickly. He hasn't. We'll see how this at bat turns out.
They say you win. 2 outs. Couple of base runners at first and second. Swing and a miss. 3-2 now. On the ground to short. They get the force, and that's the 3rd out. So 1 run in the inning on this base hit. It's now 4-2. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Now it's the right fielder, Avisail Garcia. The pitch. And that's in for a strike.
These Marlins, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. We've already seen 8 line drives from them, and it's always a good sign when the ball is jumping off your bat. And that's what this offense has been doing so far today.
Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. The pitch. And now it's even up.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Swings and lines a base hit into left field, and the leadoff man aboard.
He was all over that one. At 110 miles per hour on the exit velo, that thing was screaming, and that's some serious bat speed to generate contact like that, and no doubt a higher launch angle sends that thing out of here easily. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
And now here is John Birdie. Nobody out, runner at first. And here's a slow roller. Escobar with the throw to first. And that is a big first out. So Singy's given up his fair share of hits in his debut, but he's done a good job of limiting the damage. What are you seeing?
I'm sure the game is moving a little quicker than normal today for the rookie, and that's totally fine. I think you bring up a great point, though, Boog. He's shown he can really battle out there, work his way out of some jams, so I think this debut should be a confidence builder for him.
Segura in the box now, takes strike 1. Check swing, now we'll look down to first. And yes, he did. He went around. 1 out and a runner at second. Swing and a miss, and he is down on strikes for the 3rd straight at bat.
Well, that at bat seemed to be over as soon as it started. 3-pitch strikeout. You've got to be better at the plate right there, at least to foul something off, extend that at bat.
Now for the Marlins, Luis Arias. First pitch, and that's in for a strike. Garcia at second with 2 down. Strike 2.
And a bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
Left-hand batter waits. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Man at second. Up the middle. McNeil picks it up, gets it to first, gets him easily, ends the inning. One left for Miami, still down by a count of 4-2. And welcome back. And now the catcher comes up to him, Francisco Alvarez.
The catcher, Francisco
Alvarez, in his rookie season, just 21 years old. And he was born in Venezuela. Pitch misses inside, and it's 1-0.
Some of the greatest players in the history of the game were born in Venezuela, including one that finished with 500-plus home runs, 3,000-plus hits, and a triple crown.
Next offering is in for a strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
The next pitch misses, and the count is even 2-2. And the right-hander deals. Struck him out looking.
Well, just couldn't pull the trigger on the fastball right there, and I don't think he was taking it, thinking it might be a called ball or anything. I just think he was flat out frozen. Did not expect that location, in my opinion.
Back to the top of the Mets order. Brandon Nimmo getting ready to hit. That one in there across the letters. Sanchez measures 6 feet even. He features a changeup, a sinker, a four-seamer, a slider, and he occasionally uses a curve. This one ripped, but foul to the right. Next one in the dirt. Swing and a miss. Struck him out, and there's 2 away. 2 outs, base is empty. Now the number 2 hitter, Starling Marte. And that's in there for strike 1. Swings through that.
This guy's sink has so much drop at it. It's almost like a split finger fastball. Instead of just weak contact and balls on the ground, he gets swings and misses.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Right-handed reliever. That smash towards center. Makes the grab on the run. And the inning is over. Offense held in check there. To the bottom of the 6th we go. 4, 5, 6 coming up. It's the Mets 4 and the Marlins 2. Back here in Miami, and now here's a speed threat. Outfielder Jazz Chisholm Jr. Senga back to work. Just missed. And there's the strike. The 1-1. In there at the knees. That misses the zone. Now 2-2. And here it comes. In the air on the infield. Senga makes the play. And there's one away.
Going to have a little more discipline in future at bats. That pitch looked good, but you can't hit it. It was just too high in the zone. You usually see a swing and miss or weak contact in the infield.
Here's the left fielder, Brian De La Cruz. in there, and it's 0-1.
Well, no base hits in the series for him so far, and it's clearly been a rough one. You just hope he's not pressing too hard, because that just compounds things. It makes the slump even longer. Never seems to help. Never helped me.
That one clubbed out towards left center. That'll be extra bases. Around first, heading for 2. And he pulls in with a double for his first hit of the year.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. Nice line drive to full side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
One out, runner at second. Garrett Cooper, the next up for the Marlins. That one's in there, 0-1. De La Cruz leads off second with 1 gone in the inning. Slice down the right side. Here's the 0-2. On the ground to third. To first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe.
Up next is Marlins, the third baseman,
Down the third baseman, Joey Wendell.
Definitely wants to stay out of the double play here. Ball on the ground in the infield. Should be an inning-ending double play. At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning-ending double play, Boog.
Runners at first and second with 1 gone. Next pitch misses, and 1-1.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
Here's a 1-1. And that one off the outside edge.
It's a big opportunity right here, but I love the way he's slowing the game down. He's shrinking his zone, making sure he gets the pitch that he wants to hit.
Righty to the plate. And it's even up. Is there a little wrinkle to that? I think there was.
Yeah. A little slider action.
He goes down looking.
No, you got to be ready to swing the bat with a runner in scoring position and 2 strikes. Just put the ball in play somewhere, and you got a chance. Very frustrating for him, I'm sure. See if the next guy can pick him up.
And up next for Miami, Nick Fortes. And the first offering is not close. First and second, 2 down. 2 balls, no strikes to count.
Man, he's close as he's trying to get through 6 full innings right now. He's about to throw his 100th pitch. I'd be surprised if this isn't it for him.
2 outs. Just off the inside edge.
You don't want to get beat by a fastball in, and he spits on that one.
Avisail Garcia next to hit for the Marlins. At the belt and fires. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Runner around third. He scores, and it's a 1-run game.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
Avisail Garcia up to the plate. Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. The Mets with a new arm on the mound, Tommy Hunter. A chance at his first save of the year.
number 29, Tommy Hunter.
You gon' see me touch the sky.
Ball one, no strikes. And the 1-0 misses low.
Well, out there on the mound, he's got to go right after this hitter because you don't want to turn this lineup over. This is the guy that you've got to get that final out, get out of this inning.
The 2-0 is in for a strike. That one missed. John Birdie in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here.
Pretty good pitch there to take a rip at. He wants to get his arms extended. He likes the ball away from him a little bit, just not able to square it up.
Next offering is fouled back. The 3-2 is off the outside edge, and that is ball four.
Second walk of the game for him, and he's been really patient at the plate. The game plan that he's sticking to, he's just not going outside of what he's looking for up there.
Birdie, the next to hit, takes low for a ball. 2 outs, bases are full. Next offering is in for a strike. In the air to left center. And it drops in. 1 run's in. Now the second run is in. And it's now 5-4. Not in time. He's safe. Segura, the next up for the Marlins. In there for strike one. And a pitch. And a good eye there. Garcia at third. Birdie at second with 2 gone. Pitch misses there, and the count is 2-2. Outside.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with 3-hole hitter coming up if he's walked.
Right-hander kicks, deals. And that's ripped for a base hit. 1 runs in. Another comes in to score. It's 7-4.
Well, a huge 2 RBI swing of the bat right there. Man, that feels so good to shoot an absolute bolt the opposite way. Split the gap and know that you've got extra bases right off the bat. That's the kind of thing hitters dream about when they're falling asleep at night.
And now, Luis Arias. That clips the zone. Strike one. Here comes a pitch. Fastball almost got him there. Check swing went around. It's a ball and 2 strikes. And a pitch. Line drive, and that's a base hit to right. And that's going to roll to the wall. Segura around second, headed for third. Segura coming home. The tag, and that's out number 3, inning over. So 5 runs in the inning as they bat around. We're through 6 full. It's the Marlins 7 and the Mets 4. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Steven Okert.
And I can't imagine any save is an easy one. You're holding a small lead on the scoreboard, and you know those hitters are going to give you the best at-bats they can. So it's always high stress. Let's see what he's got here to try and close it out.
And now it's Frankie Lindor. The pitch. And a foul ball. Check swing, no appeal. And now it's even 1-1. Bullpen activity starting up now. Matt Barnes up and loosening in the pen. Puck getting loose as well. Ball to strike. The pitch.
Ball, that's out play.
And there's a ball.
One strike.
And so the lefty allows the leadoff free pass.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
The first baseman.
And now the first baseman, Pete Alonso. Outfield deep here, trying to prevent anything over their heads. Move to first. Back in there standing. And first offering is fouled off.
This is a very important inning here. After scoring all those runs, you want your pitcher to come out and just mow them down. The offense has worked hard. It's shut down inning time.
0-1. That's through there for a strike.
Now these guys definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ball game.
The pitch. Lindor the move. And look out as that one ran in and got him. He had 2 strikes on him, and he hit him.
Well, a few things can go wrong when you are delivering a pitch. That grip, slip out of your hand, release point, wind up, all of those things. And I think it's safe to say at least one of those, if not more than one, got away from him.
Swing and a ball popped up. Base hit. Runner around third on his way to the plate. He'll score, and it's now a 2-run game. The tag at third, and he's out.
That's heads-up play right there. The outfielder knowing he has no shot at the runner at home, so comes up trying to cut that runner off at third and does a really nice job. Got to appreciate that.
New pitcher for the Marlins, Matt Barnes. This is his first appearance of the season.
Matt Barnes.
And next for the Mets, Eduardo Escobar.
RBI knock for him last time. Now a chance to drive in another run.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Righty delivers. There's the strike.
Backdoored him with a breaking ball. Just got the corner. There's nothing you can really do with that.
That's in there. And it's 1-2. McNeil, the runner at second with one away. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Now the left fielder, Tommy Pham.
And things could change quickly here with one swing.
In the air, right field. Garcia makes the catch, and that is that. So a run on 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. It's the Marlins 7 and the Mets 5. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Brooks Raley. He has a great slider with tons of movement.
Brooks Raley.
And now the center fielder, Jazz Chisholm Jr. We talk about guys with good speed, and definitely he has it. But pushing the offense aside for just a second, Chris, it's the defensive side that I think the speed factors in the most. In for a strike. That's strike 1. Late swing, foul to the left.
Seems like from day one, his strike zone and plate discipline looked like he'd been in the league for 6 years already.
The big lefty turns, kicks, deals. In the air, right field, pretty well struck. That one's deep. Out of here. A solo shot. His first homer of the year. It's 8-5.
So many times a sinker inside is a foul ball off the ankle for the batter. But that time he did a really nice job of staying inside the pitch and getting through it.
And the batter now, Brian De La Cruz. Strike one.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
The wind to kick the pitch. Foul ball there. Next offering misses, and that is ball one. The wind and the pitch. That one outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bounce back to the mound. Toss to Alonso. 1 away. That ground ball may have him back on track after the homer.
Now batting, first baseman.
And here's the first baseman, Garrett Cooper.
So I ain't saving you a cleaning house. Do you think that's just a statement? Then you ludicrous like it's word of mouth. I ain't new to what I'm about.
And there's a rocket into the outfield. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Now, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. Other than ripping one into the gap or blasting one over the wall, there aren't a whole lot of hits that are more satisfying than a nice line drive in the center field. So that definitely felt good.
So a man aboard, Joey Wendell, the next up for the Marlins. Cooper leads off first with 1 away. And that's outside. Tap to first. Alonso fires to second for 1. Throw to first. Safe. Nick Fortes, the next up for the Marlins. In for a strike, and that is strike 1.
0-1.
And a swing and a miss.
He finds himself in a tough situation early. Just got to try to simplify it. Take a knock the other way if you can.
Next pitch just misses. Now 1-2. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. Good job at damage control right there. 1 scores in the inning coming on this solo home run. It's now 8-5. You're dialed into the show. Back here at the ballpark, and now the DH, Mark Canha.
Mark Canha.
And the right-hander back to work.
Got to keep things airtight defensively right here. On your toes, ready to make a play. If you can get this to the 9th with a 3-run lead, it should be a W.
The pitch. Softly hit to third. Wendell handles. Whips it to first. 1 up, 1 down.
Couple of pitches and a quick out.
Here's the catcher, Francisco Alvarez. Chance to collect himself now as he asks for time. And first offering is fouled off. One down, base is empty. Swing and a miss. That's strike two.
It might be time to choke up a little bit, get that front foot down early, maybe even just spread out. He's really late right now.
Got it by him for the K. So two down now, and here is Brandon Nimmo.
Well, it's critical right here that they bear down and turn in some quality at bats. Try to chip away at that lead, because if it gets to the ninth, that closer's coming in.
And he swings and misses at the initial offering. Swings through that one for strike two.
A lot of times you'll see a pitcher maybe double up on a pitch. This guy will throw it 3 times, 4 times in a row because
cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. Pulled the string on the changeup.
I think the key is arm action on the changeup. When you can sell it like a fastball, you drop the velocity, you get the swing and miss, and you walk off the field.
Now a right-handed arm out of the bullpen, John Curtis.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their guys a chance to fight back into the game.
And now the right fielder, Avisail Garcia.
The right fielder, Avisail.
And the pitch. Swings through that one, out in front that time. Good eye right there. And he deals. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. And the righty deals. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
That's a really great job of sequencing. Pitch before, good fastball through the zone, and as a hitter, you got to be ready to get on that with 2 strikes. He breaks it off. Good slider to the outside corner of the plate. Tell you what, that was a really good pitch.
Birdie in the box now. No balls and a strike. Kicks and deals. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. And the right-hander deals. Got him swinging. The high heat, too much on that one.
Very strong coming out of the pen so far as he punches out the first 2 batters he's faced in this one, getting straight to work. Man, it's talked about a lot, but relievers are just so electric these days. These aren't fun at bats if you're a hitter. I'm so glad I'm retired.
Segura in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. Swing and a miss, struck him out. The big righty strikes out the side.
Impeccable command in that one. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. That's electric stuff out there on the mound.
So the Marlins go with a new arm, Dylan Floro.
Save opportunity for him right here, and he's their guy. Time to lock this one down and get out of here with the W.
Now it's the right fielder, Starling Marte. The wind of the pitch. Swung on, belted. De La Cruz going back some more, and gone. That'll fire up the dugout. His first homer of the year, and they cut into the deficit. It's 8-6.
Just relentless. This team will not quit. welcome to the game. First pitch out of the bullpen, a tough one, and you know he's just trying to get one in there for a strike. And on the other side, as a hitter, it's a great time to be aggressive and let it fly. It's not what they were looking for when they turned to him, but now he's got to find a way to reset.
At the plate, Francisco Lindor. And a pitch. And it's fouled away.
Part of the order coming through now, and with one home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
Next offering is in the dirt. Knocks it down to first, and he just gets it there in time. One away.
The first baseman, Alonso.
And next will be the Mets cleanup hitter, Pete Alonso. Now with the shift on, hits right into it. Over to Cooper. Now only one out remaining.
The batter number 1, second baseman, Jeff.
Mets down to their final out. Here's the second baseman, Jeff McNeil. Floro measures 6 feet 2 inches. He features a sinker, a four-seamer, a changeup, and he works in a slider. The 1-0. And that gets the top of the zone for a strike.
One way to make a guy real uncomfortable at the plate is pound him inside with good velocity. They're doing that right here.
Ripped towards third. That one sizzling on its way through to the outfield. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Clearly seeing the ball very well in this one. He smashed that ball the other way and kept it fair down the third baseline. Did an excellent job of just throwing the barrel at the ball, even though he was a little late on it.
Eduardo Escobar, the next to hit. Corner infielders guarding the lines, trying to prevent extra bases. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Next offering is fouled back. McNeil off of first with 2 away. Hard ground ball, base knock. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs.
Now batting, left fielder, Tommy.
So first and second with 2 outs. Here's the left fielder, Tommy Pham. So now a pinch hitter, Luis Guillorme, looking for a big hit with 2 out runners at first and second. Inside corner for a strike. It's 0-1.
Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't see a visit from the pitching coach here. Just to remind him, focus on the hitter. Don't worry about anything else.
Two on, 2 outs. On the ground right side. And it finds its way through for a hit. Tough spot for the pinch hitter, and he delivers. Way at the plate, safe, and it's a 1-run ball game.
One of the hardest things to do in the game, to stay mentally and physically ready for the big opportunity, and he came through for his club right there.
New pitcher for the Marlins, A.J. Puck.
Well, he's the guy they hope to turn to out of the pen to lock down wins. So this game has gone to plan, more or less. Let's see if he can wrap it up here.
So 2 down. So now here's the Mets DH, Mark Canha, trying to deliver as the hero. First pitch doesn't find the zone. And here it comes. And now 2-0. Crowd locked in right now. 1-run game here in the 9th. 2-1 pitch is in there, and the count is even. Got him. The tying and go-ahead runs are left aboard as this one is over.
Well, the visitors were going to have to slug to win this one. The tying run at third, but the go-ahead all the way at first base. Nice job by the defense, executing, keeping their composure, getting that final out.
And a final 8-7. They hang on to win it by a run. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
Here now is our final line score for this afternoon. First, for the victorious Miami Marlins, 8 runs on 13 hits. No errors. They left 7 men on base. For the Mets, 7 runs.